Underdog scramble. Shout out Byron. Let's work. Ha, ha, ha. Underdog scramble, watch the ball fly. Pin seek a birdie game, touch the sky. Drafting with perfection, every line is a blessing. Hitting birdies in succession, whole course, learn a lesson. Bunker to the cup, I'm gripping and ripping. Byron yelling, send it 808, straight dripping. Drafting with perfection.
Boom chakalaka, baby. Let's get going. Happy Saturday to you all. Didn't wake up that long ago, although it's 11 o'clock in the morning. It's one of those mornings, one of those Saturdays. This is Maniac, hanging out with the children. We've got some updates for the DAWG Dominator I'm going to share with you guys, but it's going to be a relaxing morning. We're just sipping out of a coffee this morning, you know. So let's get into this. I've got a lot of drafts to get through, and we've got a lot of mid-round drafts. But before we do that, as always, the DAWG Dominator is available to you in the Model Maniac Patreon shop. Use code DAWG, DAWG, for $10 off, since it's kind of getting close to lock time. Figured if those of you that were holding off because it's a little too close, there's $10 for you. So use DAWG when you are signing yourself up for one of the best drafting tools in PGA Baseball, and also getting yourself an annual subscription at the Model Maniac Patreon gets you the DAWG Dominator for free and all my weekly stuff. So if you're in the mood for me for the rest of the year, go get the annual. Get 2 months free there and the DAWG Dominator free. It's a great deal. Welcome to the club. Awesome stuff. So basically, here's the DAWG Dominator. We will be using my version of that shortly, but in the original version, for those of you that have it already, I have gone ahead and put some basic major rankings together. A little sneak peek attack for you guys. So let me get my face in here in the meantime. And while I'm streaming, I'm going to go ahead and make my face a circle so that it's easier to see what's going on. Now, what I like to do, and I basically use the schedule that I've been applying for Masters, for PGA Championship, US Open, the Open Championships in the DAWG Dominator. I've carried that over to the major rankings tool over here. And this is in the DAWG Dominator. So you can absolutely have this yourself. We'll just do this, actually. There we go. And you can use it and abuse it. You know, you can use this for major drafts that you do with your family. You can do it as a major research tool, as like an easy basic thing. Because what I have available for you guys in this tool is anyone that's obviously in the Masters colors has, you know, cinched a Masters appearance already. So they will be playing there no matter how many other starts they've got. I guess I got to update a couple of these. So there we go. And now we are talking business. So what you want, again, this is janky power rankings. I did this late last night, aka early this morning, to make sure that we are good to go. Now, you can only have 4 major starts. There are only 4 majors. That's important to note. And then I've got your major finishes over here. How have you done in past majors? If you take a look at one of my original OG, let's see if I can actually, do I have it even open? No, I don't. All right, so we'll get back into it, yeah. Basically, if you take a look at the last couple winners of major championships, they have all finished first or second in a major prior. I know it sounds really random, but locking up a second place finish usually helps you at least have a good crack at getting into the winner's circle in big weeks. So I have that all available for you guys here. I have top 2s for golfers that are playing in majors this year, and I've got win numbers for them. How many times have they won a major? How many times have they finished second? Top 5, top 10, top 20. How many major starts in the last 5 years? Obviously 20 is the maximum there. So then you take the major finish rating, which basically gives you like 10 points, I think, for a win, and then it gives you like 6 points for a second or something like that, and then it kind of whittles it down. Right. And then it just keeps adding those points up to give you a power rating based off of your finishes in majors, because that's the easiest way to compare the live golfers and the PGA golfers, is using past results in majors, because that's the only time that the playing field is exactly level for them. So you often see guys that play well in majors continue to play well in majors. Now there's guys like JJ Spahn, there's guys like Ludwig Oberg, who have really just popped hard at, say, the Masters as their only two good finishes for Ludwig, and then JJ Spahn winning the US Open makes a big deal to his rankings. So I also included some, if you started in 4 majors, you're rocking and rolling, you get 4 additional power ranking points in column A. All official world golf ranking, I think I want to get that added to this as well, because the closer to 50 you are, the more chance you have of making the US Open and the Open Championship, etc., later on in the year, if you aren't already locked up. So that's kind of the gist over here. And then to get a feel for these guys, I also included some weighted strokes gained metrics over here. So basically took the last 12, 8, 6, and 4 months of golf and just weighted guys down accordingly to kind of get a good feel for where we are going with that. See how guys have done, are they getting better as the year unfolded? Did they find some form? Have they lost form? Did they start off hot? But overall, you're looking for long-term success from these golfers. And if they have good short-term stuff as well, that counts in their favor. So there's a lot to like about this tool. That's what I use to generate these rankings. No surprise, Scotty, Rory, Rahm, Xander Schauffele is a major menace. He gets in the majors nonstop. Bryson DeChambeau, Tommy Fleetwood, things like Cameron Young. One of the first few guys that shows up here quite quickly based off of what he's got up to. Not quite getting the major finishing power ratings as much as everyone else. I think it's mainly got to do with how strong he ended the year. That's really kind of coming to save some Cameron Young's bacon in the model rankings for the majors, which there will be the Albatross, I believe, is that what it's called. So that's coming up. Once I think the scramble ceases in the next 2 weeks, there will be the Albatross, which will be the majors. And as a result, we will have this tool available to you to make your picks. I'll figure out how to get it into a situation like this where you can see who you've drafted and how many things like that. But that's basically where this is going to be coming from. This is the home of major rankings. So if you're in the mood for it, come check it out. Yeah, they are. You can obviously screenshot this for the main top dudes, but you need more than them in the rest of your draft. So grab the DAWG Dominator over there for you guys. Let me jump out the DAWG Dominator myself. We've got a couple drafts. I've got some big scrambles. I've got some DAWG Dominators, normal scrambles to take care of. So let's go ahead and take care of that as we dive in to this week's stream. Boom. All right. Alrighty. So it's Saturday. I'm kind of taking my time to get through here. What's up, Retail Ripper? Alrighty. You are, yeah. I appreciate you so much. You know that. I really do. Okay. So we have got ourselves 51 minutes to make a pick here for draft number 75. If I go over to 75 here. By the way, you can make, I'm zoomed in too much. You can make a duplication of the original DAWG Dominator tab. If you right click on the DAWG Dominator tab like this, you right click on it, boom, DAWG Dominator, this will pop up. You go duplicate, and then it makes a duplication for you. Double click that tab, and then you can say new tab or draft number 99, draft number whatever. I don't know what I'm even, 101, boom. Okay, so then you have it there, ready to rock and roll. Whatever you want to add to it, you can. It'll only affect this tab, and then you can see who you have drafted for each different draft if you're doing a bunch of slow drafts. If you're using a bunch of fast drafts, you can just do the DAWG Dominator tab, and then you duplicate that once you're done with it. Then it'll just, then you enable that, and then you have that put somewhere else for yourself. You can go back and see how each draft went and. So that's basically the gist of how to use the tool. You can upload your exposure rankings in there as well. We'll talk about that as we go along. Draft number 75 was a 6-pick. So we got Xander, JJ Spahn, Jordan Spieth, Maverick McNeely, Michael Brennan, Nico Echeverria. I have got basically Michael Brennan or Rico Hoey or Robert McIntyre in any of the next teams you're going to see. I've just kind of gone nuts on those guys. And as a result, this is what we are. That's our anchor for these drafts. Now we're going to kind of pivot our way around some other names, finding some easy clicks in the late rounds to get ourselves variated. Now, if people are giving me Russell Henley late, we got some problems as well. So just saying. Here's Rico. So we need a cognizant. Russell potentially could give us one of those. We are looking very, very handy to start the first round in this draft for number 75. I kind of fancy Xander, JJ Spahn, Jordan Spieth. Now, this assumes JJ Spahn plays the Sony. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. I would imagine he does. He flew to Mexico to go play some golf. Or the Bahamas, or wherever the hell they went and played. So he's absolutely down to get some golf in. I have 40% exposure to JJ Spahn already. That'll go down because I haven't been drafting much of him. But when he did drop all the way to 11, I snatched his ass up. So we've got a signature event, non-signature event, signature event, non. Normie. 3 normies, 3 normal schedules, and then 3 signature event schedules that we're going to be rocking and rolling with. So there's a lot to like about this team. It's very well balanced. If they're going to give me a Russell Henley to add to the equation, it's hard for me to not take that. Okay, good. I have removed Russell Henley in my own personal schedule out of the Cognizant Classic just to make sure that I get 7 people in there in addition to Russell Henley if he does show up. You comprende? So I'm kind of taking a bit of a less passive role on Russell, and I'm giving him a different role to be a good guy, like one of the studs that I'm not getting early by going with Jordan Spieth, Maverick McNeely for some volume. Russell Henley's going to show up in the signature events. He's going to show up in majors. I trust in Russell, and we're getting him in the 7th round. At the end of the 7th round is like really nice to me. I think that's someone I don't mind at all. And then something I've been thinking about a lot is Aaron Rai, as just using him as a true wild card, knowing that you need to just get volume around him to make sure that you're still getting the 6 picks for every single tournament that's going on. But if your schedule varies, then you're just getting a strength of schedule added to like one side. You're not having like a hole left over. Aaron Rai can't be the 6th person that you're entering a tournament into because he could be playing any of them. So that's the thing. I don't think he'll be playing every one of them. He'll be playing any of them, though. Then Michael Thorbjornsen, I'm kind of coming around on a little bit, just as somebody to add at the end of the beginning of the first round. He doesn't grade out fantastically. I haven't taken too much of him, but the fact that he is going to be playing strictly normie starts for the most part, maybe he gets a couple sponsors invites to Pebble and Genesis, based off of some solid Boston Commons golf last night. Congrats to him making the winning putt there. We're going to get this situation from him. We're likely going to get Canadian Open. We're likely going to get John Deere Classic from Michael Thorbjornsen, just because of how he's done his thing. So Russell and Michael, like we know Michael's probably going to be playing the Cognizant Classic. And he's one of the better golfers. I mean, if we take a look at what he got up to last year, it was really impressive to finish out the year. 7th, 3rd, 13th, 4th, 14th. He's got some solid finishes on his resume. He's not a guy that you can really rely on to be consistently inside the top 20, but he's a great driver and an iron player. So there's going to be some places like Farmers that he really thrives, I think. We'll see. We'll see what happens, but he's he's optimistic in my opinion. So I'll take some Michael Thorbjornsen. I've got him ranked 47th. Let's take him 47th, along with Russell Henley. Then if we're going with that, we only got some cognizant holes. The fact that we don't have any threes on the board here is nice. That's got a lot to do with Jordan Spieth playing a very heavy schedule. But again, we're looking to now pad starts just in case some guys don't play. And we've got 4 more to do that. We could potentially end up with having 8s across the board if we really work hard at that. We'll figure that out for the next time round. I do not have 0%, Colin, because I sleep in and then I get put on autopilot for drafts and then I get freaking Colin Morikawa in some of them. So there'll be a couple Collins that show up here. You'll see. I'm quite disappointed in that, actually. But I don't click his name. Put it that way. Alrighty. So Russell and Thor will be on the menu for us here. Aaron, right? No, what are we doing? Going rogue over here. Yeah, the Scotty Xander combo, like when it gets into this part of the schedule here at the Masters, at the PGA, at the US Open, at the Open, like that's when that combo's, you got to get there. You got to get out of round 1. But Scotty and Xander are the 2 solid options that play a lot of golf in round 1. WM, Amex from Scotty. I think Xander will play the Farmers potentially. We'll see. So I like that for you a lot. 76. Ben Griffin, Zand, Harry, Rico, Michael Brennan. There we go. Rico, Michael Brennan. Round 4, round 5 for me this draft session. These 2 could be 2 of the easiest DFS options in the 10K range in normie events at some point during the season. I think he's absolutely fantastic options. So we've got 3 signature event guys, 2 non-signature event stars. If we want to keep going at it now, we can go that way with like another Michael Thorbjornsen. We can go with some Max McGreevy, who's going to be playing a lot of golf, not necessarily the best golf. Wyndham Clark is someone that will probably be playing the Sony, probably be playing Farmers, the Amex, Waste Management, not in signature events right now. So that's the situation we find ourselves in here. We got a lot of volume. I kind of fancy some Aaron Rai again for some reason. Let's take a look at number 76, which doesn't even exist in the sheet. So we're going to have to make one. Duplicate that bad boy. What do we got here? Ben, Xander, Harry, Rico. Michael Brennan's already there from a previous draft. Michael Thorbjornsen's in there. Maybe we got to get a little different here because I wouldn't be shocked if I've started a couple. Maybe Ben Griffin, Tommy Fleetwood, Ben Griffin. Bobby Mack. We'll see a lot of Bobby Mack in these 2. Some Tommy Fleetwood as well. So I don't mind hogging the cogging. Let's get some cognizant classic starts here. Brian Harmon, is he available to us? Probably be taken in the 5th round of here by Commander and Chief. Okay. Thank you for that. We're not going to be able to go to Brian Harmon. Do we like a Jake Knapp? We haven't been drafting too much Jake Knapp. Pat likes Jake Knapp. I like Jake Knapp. I'm not overly thrilled about being super exposed to him, but a Jake Knapp takes care of a Sony, a Cognizant. I think he's going to play a heavy normie schedule. Should show up at the John Deere Classic. So can win on the PGA Tour. Has won on the PGA Tour. I think that's something that you can consider there. Do we want to go with Aaron Rai and then take a Jake Knapp or a Wyndham Clark, depending on who falls to us? We got Aaron Rai. What does that do? So it takes away a Cognizant, but it gives us a bunch of other stuff. Let's just go Jake Knapp off the top rope. I'm cool with that. We got to spice some stuff up. Got to get a little different here and there. I've got a lot of drafts that have a lot of combinations of this going on right now, so can't get too stuck in the ruts. Number 80. Scotty, Tommy, Harry, Rico, Michael. Michael. The Office 101. Scotty Scheffler. The Office 101 out of the 101. So Scotty, Tommy, Harry, Rico, Michael, Aaron. Now we got 2 more picks. So number 80 is telling us we're pretty solid across the top here for the most part. We can start bolstering some Sony, some Farmers as well. We are in desperate need of a Memorial start, which will be some late round signature event guys. Some Keegan Bradley, some Jason Day, some Justin Roses. Minwoo Lee, I think, will make a lot of appearances in signature events as well as a sponsors invitational. Russell Henley almost came back to us in the 9th round. Thank you, Huffy09, for making us not have to contemplate that. But here's Alex Noren. Here's John Kiefer. Here's Matt McCarty. Here's Victor Hovland, who I do not mind taking a Victor Hovland very much late in the. He's like actually in click for me, because if you take a look at what Victor Hovland's actual schedule looks like, do we even have him? There he is. Yeah. Starts off quite slow. We're not getting much out of him. But again, if you take a look at what the top of our schedule looks like, we are heavily padded over there right now. And I'm okay with that. Victor then will give us a Valspar potentially again if he goes to defend that tournament. And then we get a Masters. I mean, he could easily win one of these tournaments. Quite easily. We get Memorial. Then we get 4 starts from him in the final go, yeah. I think that's how things could work out for him. Alex Noren gives us a lot more utility early. I mean, wow. If we got Alex Noren here, we're just kind of lighting the sucker up. No Farmers. Maybe we get some Cognizant from him. Again, this is where, like, if there's guys starting in the Cognizant, give them half a point for, let's go do that, actually. This is the cool part about this tool, so might as well show it to you guys. So you go over to the projected schedule tab. Then you can go ahead here and you go, okay, let's go find everyone that's just playing in the Cognizant right now that we have selected and see, okay, are they in the middle of a complete onslaught of golf? Sanjay Im could potentially play 8 straight golf rounds. Let's give him a half a point. Sepp Straka, same situation. Is he going to play 7 in a row? We don't know. We can go, this is based off ADP. Perfect. Okay, Harry Hall, is he going to play 7 in a row? We don't know. Especially, is he going to go 9 in the first 10? That's tough. Give him a half. Jordan Spieth, is he going to play in those 2 if he does not get invited to the first 2 signature events? Probably. If he gets invited to the first 2 signature events, is he going to play in the Cognizant, knowing that he might be playing in the Arnold Palmer Invitational? If he's not playing in the Arnold Palmer Invitational, then he probably is going to play in the Cognizant. So he played there last year. Let's see if we can just give him a 3/4 of a start. I think we're going to have to give some guys half a starts. I mean, Taylor Pendrith, in my opinion, is probably like a 3/4 start because he's only going to have to play 5 straight after quite a slow start to the season, based off of what we're projecting and what, you know, I've researched these guys doing forever. Is Max Griesemann going to play the Cognizant? Maybe not. You know, so I think we can go with that. Is Rico Hoey going to play the Cognizant? If he's not in the Arnold Palmer Invitational, he might have to play to try and get in. So I think there's a good chance Rico plays. I think he'll play a lot of golf. Nico Echeverria, I think he's going to absolutely play. He will only be on his 4th tournament in a row. He doesn't usually play the Farmers Insurance. He did not play that last year. Maybe he does this year. I don't know. Same status though. Not in the Masters, 52nd in the world. So he will have to play some golf to get himself and maintain top 50 in the world prior to the Valero, which is when he will know if he's in the Masters or not. So he could play a lot of golf, friends. A lot of golf. Nico Echeverria. And he's a good golfer. You know, he's 52nd in the world. So there's some options there. I think he'll play this tournament. Jacob Bridgman is someone that I might consider. I mean, look at this run of golf he could be playing. This might be a little overly ambitious for his schedule. Let's take him out of the Texas year as well. That's just a lot of golf going on. I just have him playing so much golf. Let's take him out of the CJ Cup, Byron Nelson as well, and see. You know, it drops him quite a lot. So I don't know. Moving along, Michael Brennan, I think, will be playing. Whether or not he gets sponsors invites, that remains to be seen. But I think he'll be playing a lot of golf. These Corn Ferry Tour guys, America's Tour guys, we are editing pretty much all the Cognizant Classic starts right now that we think are in the middle of a lot of golf. Like if there's multiple starts either side of a Cognizant Classic start that's in the schedule, they're getting half a point for a start. We don't want to give them a full chance. You know, we kind of limiting exposure here to a degree, trying to make sure we're not overly confident about golfers. Like Sammy Valimaki, going to just kind of give him a half there. That could be 7 straight. There's a good chance he does play 7 straight to get into the API, to get rocking and rolling. We'll see what cooks, but does he play all of that golf? We don't know. So some names to think about. Alex Noren potentially could be in the middle of a full run here. Johnny Kiefer will be playing. I think Davis Thompson, Matt McCarty, Eric Cole. Ryan Fox, is he going to continue playing 6 in a row? If he goes Waste Management, Pebble, Genesis, Cognizant, which he typically has, but then there would be Mexico, where he can relax. Maybe Ryan Fox, we got to put that back in the hole. Gary Kigo, is he gonna continue playing golf if he plays well early in the week? Let's go ahead and make him half a point over here. Jake Knapp, we got him playing. I think he's even committed. Max Homer should be playing. Whether or not he gets sponsors invites over here, that remains to be seen. Ricky Fowler, I'm just going to take him out of the Cognizant Classic. He could play a totally different schedule. He probably played the Cognizant last year because he needed to. He wasn't playing in the API. This year, he will be playing in the API. Billy Horschel, I think he's going to be playing the Cognizant. He likes that golf course anyway. But Carly, we like there. Now, is he going to play 7 straight? Who the hell knows? Shane Lowry, same situation. Is he going to play 7 straight? 6 straight? I don't know. Rasmus will play the Cog, hopefully. Tom Kim, Kevin Yu, Lucas Glover. Is he going to play 7 in a row? Don't know. Half a point. Benny Arn, Keith, Christopher Wrighton, all those guys could potentially. I think Tom Hoagie will show up here for sure. He usually takes off the Farmers anyway. Daniel Berger loves this golf course. I think he'll return. Let's give him a 0.75. Tony Finau, I think, has to play this tournament. He doesn't have signature status. Adam Scott will likely have to play this tournament. Maybe he doesn't after going to the Genesis Invitational. But I think he'll get a sponsor's invite to that tournament again. He's just one of those guys that gets invited there. Aldrich could have to play 7 in a row. Let's give him half a start in case he does miss out there. Other names that we're going to have to deal with too much, it looks like we're good to go for this the most part. Does Minwoo Lee show up again? Maybe not. You know, I'm just kind of limiting exposure to some guys that I've been clicking. I don't care about Brian Campbell at all. Even if he gets a half, yeah. I mean, haven't drafted him one single time. Right. So that pretty much covers all of those guys that we have playing. Those that we don't, I want to add a half a point to Russell Henley for myself. There's a good chance he does. I mean, that's only 5 in a row, Russell. Nut up, brother. Come on. Alrighty. So there we go. Done with that. Now let's get back to what we were drafting. 80. And 80 is quite the team. I think we'll see what happens here with our Cognizant Classic starts are at 4, and we've got 4 more clicks left. So I think trying to get that to 8 would be a nice way to go about it. All right. So Alex Noren and Victor Hovland. What happens if we click those 2 names in here? We've already done Alex Noren, and that will give us a rounded up situation. And if we go Victor Hovland, doesn't help us where we're hurting at all. That's the problem. I don't think we have the luxury of a Victor Hovland right now. I think we've got to go like a Johnny Kiefer or a Matt McCarty. Someone that's going to give us some punch. Matt McCarty, is he going to play the Farmers? Yes, he is. Okay. I like this team a lot. I think it's interesting. It's got some character to it. So we're going to go Alex Noren. What happens if we go Johnny Kiefer instead of Matt McCarty? Adds a bit more green. Adds a lot more green, actually, later on. Which is kind of where we're hurting as well. I think that just makes too much sense. 143 starts to 144. Okay. I take that back. We're still adding Matt McCarty. Okay. Don't overthink this. Alex Noren, Matt McCarty. I've got allergies coming on, or maybe I'm getting sick again. I don't know. 83. Happy Saturday, friends. '83 still in its infancy. No, it's not, our mates. Oh, God. Xander, Bobby Mack, Harry Hall, Aaron Rye, Rico, Patrick Cantley. Patrick Cantley dropped to the 6th round, and I couldn't resist. Just kidding. I could. But I had to click his name. It's been telling us to do so. So we went Rico and then Patrick. What did it say here for Patrick Cantley? Didn't even show up Patrick Cantley because he's 22nd in our draft, and we took him 32nd. So we finally got some value on Patrick Cantley. Do we like what this chart looks like at the top? Not at all. Not at all. But we are drafting with perfection. Retail Rip, I'm going to actually need an intro for my actual show, my Tuesday show. So I'm going to chat to you, by the way. I love that. Love the music. I'm going to have to get someone to do the video for myself, but we can. You worked some magic there for me. So we are in Dire Straits. Also, one of my favorite songs is Dire Straits, Money for Nothing. All right, Sony Open. We only got 2 starts through 6 clicks. That's what we get for taking Patrick Cantley. We have got 2 Cognizant starts based off our fractional proportionals. Going to need some guys there. We've got 3 farmers. We need more farmers. Trust me, the Midwest needs their farmers, and I'm in the Midwest. We need some Houstons. We will only have Houstons anyway to choose from based off of our first round selections. We need some CJ Cup guys. Same situation. Any of the names that we have filtered on are likely playing in the CJ Cup. John Deere Classics. Clicking. Names. Okay. I guess Jordan Spieth is playing in the John Deere Classic as of right now. I don't know. Could be wrong. How do we feel about Akshay? Love the dude, but he isn't fitting most of my builds. I sometimes say effort force. That's the thing. You gotta override the tool. If you like a guy, shove him in there. Make the tool make the adjustments for you. Build around him. But that's what we're doing with Patrick Cantley right now. The next 6 names are going to be names that we haven't. Either we've clicked a lot of because they cover a lot of holes, or we're going to be clicking names that we've never clicked before because we're kind of in trouble here. Off a signature event status, not so much. We only need one more signature event guy. Aaron Rye could even be that guy. In fact, let's just assume Aaron Rye plays a lot more signature events than we're kind of doing a lot of editing here. And this is just my personal editing. It's not going to show up on the DAWG Dominator. You can go and do this yourself. You know how to do this now. We've got him playing the RBC. Okay, we've got Aaron Rye actually playing all the 6, apart from the Travelers. Maybe he falls out of the Travelers. Maybe he falls out of the Memorial based off of his world ranking. But I think by the time we get to RBC Heritage, he's still inside the top 30 in the world. There's not that much that can have changed since. You know what I'm saying? Michael Brennan is just so delightful to take because look at what we're getting from him in a normie schedule. But in round 2, we are getting Volume City. 6 starts, potentially. Maybe he takes 1 or 2 off here in the middle, but he's got himself 6 starts. And if he wants to get himself into the Cadillac Championship, the truest, he's going to play them. If he gets himself inside the top 30, he gets into those. So he's a carrot dangler kind of guy. He could find himself in purgatory of signature status type stuff. Okay, so we've got Aaron Rye actually the way we want him there anyway. What were we on? 83? Is that it? Yeah. Okay. All right. So names that are available to us. Ryan Gerard falling all the way down. I mean, that seems like someone we need. He's not even available to us in our selection panel. Is he going to be someone that shows up over here? Let's get this. This is done by adjusted rank. So we are good over there. Let's see if Ryan Gerard is part of the crew. He's not. He likely misses out on like the cognizant, which we need. So what happens if we put Ryan Gerard in here? No cognizant, no Sony is how I'm projecting his schedule. I mean, he's inside the top 50 now. Who knows how it goes? He doesn't fit our build, unfortunately. Even though, because we need more cognizant classics and things like that. And if he doesn't play the COG or the Sony, we're in trouble. So let's see. Jake Knapp. Do we go to Jake Knapp? Do we go Michael Thorbjornsson? Is he part of our squad? There he is. Michael, I mean, look at what a Michael Thorbjornsson does. Yeah, we start cooking. And then if we go Jake Knapp, we're starting to see some color. Putting on those Technicolor glasses. Let me zoom in a bit better here for you guys. Okay. So that's what we're dealing with over here. All right. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go Thor again. We're just shoving Thor in there as like a guy that is likely going to play a lot of non-signature event slots. There's Jake Knapp, there's Alex Noren, John Kiefer, Sammy Valimaki. Lots of names that we'll get by the time we get our 8-3 play to add to our Patrick Cantley lineup. 78. 78 goes Xander, Robert McIntyre, Tommy Fleetwood, Rico Hoey, Michael Brennan, Brian Harmon. The 3 guys I mentioned right off the top. 4 guys, really. Robert, Tommy, Michael, Rico. Rob, Rico, Nico, Michael. Basically are the names we're liking right now. Clicking a lot of them. Nico was going to come to us in the 6th round. That would have been really nice. Available to us, though, and a falling Ryan Gerard. Not hating that type of situation. Is Brian Harmon available to us? Why do we have him already put in here? He went right after we went, thanks to Dark Sheep with letters and numbers. All right, clicking wrong buttons. Let's get back in the groove here. 78. Brian Harmon's not available, Byron. But is Michael Thorbjornsson available again? Are we just clicking too much Michael Thorbjornsson? There he is. There's a Russell Henley. I mean, considering this lineup also needs some love on either corner here. We got 2 superstars for non-signatures. Do we go with a third? Do we like Wyndham Clark? Do we like Ryan Gerard? Chris Kirk could play both those tournaments. And I don't think I've gone too much Chris Kirk. But he's not going to give us a Farmers. He's going to give us some other stuff. Some signature event starts as well. Let's just go Michael Thorbjornsson and figure it out from there. Kind of just feeling... I mean, if we resort back to the fall swing, this is like the top of the odds board pretty much every single time you took a look at him, you know. So whether the top of the odds board turns them into signature event starters or not, who knows? But I love these guys. I think they got a good chance of doing some good work for us. So 96. We don't have a 96. We've got to make one. Oh, Dark Sheep is an MLB best ball streamer. Let's go. 96. D. Davis Gaming says, your Dog Dominator is a game changer with every penny. Thank you for your hard work. Thank you, sir. Thank you for being a Dog Dominator with us. Worth every penny. Use code DOG for $10 off for you late arrivals. DAWG for those of you in the mood. 96 has got the staple, but with the Scotty Scheffler situation. Scotty Scheffler, Harry Hall, Robert McIntyre, Rico, Michael Brennan, Michael Thorbjornsson. Do we go Russell Henley now? This is the life we love. We're getting Russell Henley in the 7th, which is the rule we made. So now we can go. It was Scotty, Bobby. Was it Scotty, Bobby? Yeah, Scotty, Harry, Bobby. Same situation. Harry, Rico, Michael Thorbjornsson, Michael Brennan. And if we go Henley now, I mean, we're struggling in the Farmers a little bit. Maybe Bob plays the Farmers, maybe he doesn't. Who the hell knows? But we can load up on Farmers on the way out of here. I'm also not that concerned about the Farmers. I mean, it was a historically tough year out there, but this is still probably going to be over par, scoring average wise. So if there's a hole to have, you know, I'll take a couple of these guys, but like Max Homers and things like that at the end, Keegan Bradley, those guys can save the day. Here's a Russell Henley in the 7th. You know, we did take Michael Thorbjornsson in the end of the 6th, so we are giving ourselves that kind of situation. Does Tony Finau bounce back this year? I mean, he could win the Farmers. He has a Max Homer like we were chatting about. But Russell Henley going to play the Sony Open. And that's a big deal to me. I mean, look at what we've got going on at the Sony. We've got Robert McIntyre, potentially Harry Hall, Rico, Michael Brennan, Michael Thorbjornsson, Russell Henley. Hello. If we get like some Keegan Bradley at the back end here, like that Sony Open is looking Gucci. So let's go Russell Henley. There we go, 91. Scotty, Bobby, Tommy, Rico, Michael, Kiefer. I mean, that's... Now we got to get different. Rico, Michael, Brennan, Johnny Kiefer. Jeez, like... Available to us is a Russell Henley, an Aaron Rye, Alex Noren, Jake Knapp, Sammy Valimaki, Matt McCarty, Billy Horschel, Keegan Bradley, Max Homer. We have got some heavy hitters in the signature events. I love that start. Then we need non-signature events. So I'm going to keep going to the non-signature event roadmap here. Let's go like Jake Knapp around Tory. Could win Tory. Could win the COG. Could win Sony. I mean, Jake Knapp is a very good golfer. Now we are looking delightfully spread out at the top. Okay. Like that a lot. I mean, if we did some, we can just, I think we're going to keep the fact that we've got a lot of superstars at the top here. These are like really 3 good golfers inside the top 10 in the world. I'm going to round out my signature events with probably my last 3 picks will try and be signature event guys. So we're going to probably just try and go non-signature guys off the top rope, non-stop over here. Since we're going early, you know, there's no real like Max McGreevy, someone that I've been taking a lot of, but took him a lot at the beginning of the year when he was ADP in like the whatevers. Okay, 92. I mean, ADP of like round 10, Max McGreevy. Now he's like 6th round Max McGreevy. I'm not that thrilled about that. Did we say 93, 92? 92. We don't have a 92. Scotty, Tommy, Robert, Rico, Michael, Jake Knapp. Felt like we just did that. I mean, Ben On. How did Ben On end his year? Fourth at the Bay Current, 25th at the RSM. You know, he's got some pop-ups here and there, a couple missed cuts. Didn't necessarily like pop hard or anything, but he played a lot of decent golf. I mean, he's almost won the Sony before. Will be playing the Sony again. Plays the Cognizant typically quite well. I mean, if we take a look at things like that, I think Sony for Ben On. I mean, I was on him when he lost in this playoff to Grayson Murray, RIP. I was Cognizant Classic. I mean, he's had a couple really good finishes at the Honda in the past. So last year he missed the cut at 2 courses that kind of have been really rewarding to him in the past. So whether or not he bounces back is remaining to be seen. The iron play kind of fell off intensely. Still driving the ball fantastically well. Irons struggling. Found it a bit-ish, kind of not really. Maybe he finds it, maybe he doesn't. I don't have much of him. I'm not too concerned about, you know, maybe he plays well. We got a bunch of dudes. So Benny On can be one of them. I mean, Sammy Valimaki ended his year very nicely. And I think he's going to play a lot of golf to start the year. I mean, look at this end of found his groove. Irons were firing. So if we get that to start, Sammy Valimaki's in the mix because he's not a signature event guy. He's 51st in FedEx Cup. So he's one of those names. Do we just go Russell Henley again with Scotty Scheffler? It's not often you get, I mean, yeah, that is a lot of top 10s. You know, like if we get that based off of last year. Power rankings from last year. Take a look at the top 10 rates. We'll just go like this. Top 10 rates. We've got Scotty Scheffler. We've got Tommy Fleetwood. We'll have Robert McIntyre, and we'll have Russell Henley. Like, you know what I'm saying? And we're getting finishing position points for those. If we go top 5, we've got Scotty, Tommy, Henley. Bobby Mack, not such a top 5er, really, last year. But solid. Played consistent where he kind of got himself inside the top 10 a lot more often than top 5. Only 10% top 5 rate last year. Not very good. But a lot of top 10s, which is kind of impressive, and a lot of top 20s, a lot of top 25s. So, yeah. I think we go to Russell Henley again. I can't stop clicking Russell Henley's name. I think he's going to be a game changer for me. Even if he doesn't play the COG, he's playing the Sony and he's playing the Amex, and he plays very good golf in normal tournaments, you know, like signature events and majors and things like that. So the scramble. By the way, we've got a rogue big. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah. I've been drafting this like a normal one, but it's actually a big scramble because it's $50. And I had a couple of them go rogue on me. I wanted to only enter 3, but I think I got like 5 or 6 now. Missouri internet it's not as reliable as it once was. So we'll try to remember that. Or do we just go, let's just knock out a couple big scrambles while we're at it. So for those of you that are unfamiliar with my strategy for the big scramble, in the scramble, 261 people make it to the final round, round 4. You know, this round, where we've got the Open, the Canadian Open through the Open Championship. That is basically the situation with the big scramble. You're going up against 260 other people. So you need some sort of a team that's going to be pumping iron hardcore in round 4. Guys like let's just go with 5 starts. Robert McIntyre, Canadian Open, US Open, Travelers Scottish Open Championship. In that final round, he is a top name that's going to be giving you some serious run out at the end here. Ludwig, same situation. Harry Hall potentially could be giving you that kind of a run. Chris Gotterup, Nick Taylor, Corey Connors, Rasmus Højgaard. We could even get a John Deere Classic start out of Rasmus. I don't know. Maybe. Aaron Rai, same situation. Maybe get a John Deere Classic start or a Travelers start. I don't know. I've seen Aaron Rai at the John Deere many times. Then these are names that you're kind of looking at. Justin Rose, some names that give you 5 starts in that final stretch for some big mojo. So the difference in the big scramble now is you're only going up against 25 people. So the winning score for $40,000 in the big scramble might only be good enough for, like, say, 10th place in the actual scramble. So the actual scramble for 10th place, let's just hypothetically call it that, you're only going to be winning $5,000. Whereas the same exact lineup could win you $40K in the big scramble. You know, and even the way the big scramble is also kind of priced out is a 10th place finish isn't going to be that terrible for you either. You're winning $2,000, you know, which is, it's like cashing the top half of that contest. Is only 25 guys. So the third round is only 5 people, 1 of 5 advance from there. The first 2 rounds, 1 of 6 go through. So in my big scramble, my power ranking settings were heavily weighted to round 1 and round 2 to total starts. I wanted some birdie or better percentages, guys, some good strokes gain metrics. And then I wanted to make sure that I had good course history for these guys in round 1 and round 2 as well. Round 3 and round 4, whatever happens, happens. You know, if you draft in with the tool, the DAWG Dominator is still going to get you the right guys anyway. So Big Scramble 4, we can take a peek at who we've got so far. And I'm going to make a Big Scramble 5 here as well. The Big Scramble 5. So in number 4, we've got Ben Griffin, Sepp Straka, Corey Connors, Rico Hoey, Brian Harmon. That's what we set up over here for ourselves right now. So we're missing some Farmers, we're missing some Cognizant Classic, and we're missing some CJ Cup Byron Nelson. So some names. What's up, DJ? Good to see you, my friend. Welcome back into the stream. Some names that change their power rankings based off of this kind of model, where we're going to get a lot of production from these guys, either good course history or good volume or both. These are some names. So we are kind of looking at, obviously, Russell Henley is going to be great. You know, gives you 4 solid starts across the board, but with high output in those ones. Round 3, you know, Russell Henley is probably not the worst option for this kind of big scramble either, because the area that matters most, he doesn't really give you much. He's going to give you the US Open, the Travelers, and the Open. You know, no Scottish, no Canadian. So maybe we leave him alone this time round, or maybe we go to him. You know, I don't know. We'll let those fall to us. He's available to us over here. But I want to make sure we're clicking the right names. Shane Lowry plays 5 times in round 2. You know, we're going to get API players, Valspar, Masters, RBC Heritage from the big Shane. That's also another reason why, you know, you got to potentially think he might not be playing the Cognizant, wherever Shane Lowry is. Where are you, Shane? Yeah. So is Shane going to play 6 in a row? I don't know. Maybe he doesn't play the Cog. Then he goes there. Maybe he doesn't play the Valspar. That's the thing. Maybe he doesn't play either. I don't know. So we got to figure out what the hell Shane Lowry's going to do. But maybe he plays 6 in a row. Maybe his doctor says, go walk some golf. Can't say I'm thrilled to go with him there, though. So in this ADP range, we got Aaron Rai, Michael Brennan, Brian Harmon, Russell Henley checking a lot of boxes, but adjustment-wise, not so much. Chris Gotterup giving us a bit more juice than we could expect. Brian Harmon is obviously in our thing. Sami Välimäki making a lot of sense. Gives us 6 starts. He's basically the same situation as Michael Brennan. Non-signature event guy. Players, Valspar, Houston, Valero, Masters, RBC Heritage. 6 starts out of 7 there. After potentially giving us 7 to start off the first round. You know, so we're going to be getting volume from Sami Välimäki in a big way. Maybe we grab him at the 7 pick there. Nina Nation. Aaron Rai is someone that, you know, I don't know what his schedule is going to do, but we're probably going to get a lot of good golf from him. I mean, does he play 6 in a row over here to get into the Masters? Because he's not playing RBC Heritage. He never won a tournament, and he would have to be inside the top 30 in OWGR after the Masters. I don't know. Maybe he plays just average enough, scoring enough fantasy points, but also not scoring enough FedEx Cup or OWGR points that he drops himself out of, or he's flirting with that top 30 in the world. I don't know. It would force him to play a lot of golf, and I like him around the Valspar. I like him around the Valero. Maybe he doesn't play the Houston. I'm okay with that. You know, we can figure some other names out on the back end, but Aaron Rye, Farmers, WM, 2 signature events. Maybe he plays the Cognizant. API isn't like the best course for him either. Cognizant makes a lot of sense in my opinion. Do we trust Aaron Rye though? I don't know. Russell Henley, you know, Russell Henley's getting downgraded to 29th in the model, which we're picking 35th right now. Again, you know, so like it's making a lot of sense to me. Alex Noren and Aaron Rye could be playing very similar, very different schedules. I don't know, but Alex Noren, in my opinion, is almost certain to play every single signature event. He's 11th in the world right now. Couple good starts here and there, and I mean, this guy's he's locked in for top 30 all the way through the Travelers potentially. I don't know how quickly OWGR changes, but you know what I'm saying. So there's things like that to remember. Rambled, completely rambled because I'm struggling to pull the trigger on round 4 here. I'm so overexposed to Russell Henley. I need to figure out some 2s and 7s, some 3s and 7s. Yeah, let's find some 3s and 7s. Not an Aaron Rye guy. Michael Brennan doesn't exist in this draft. Chris Gotterup doesn't give us. Max McGreevy does, potentially. Thor does. Valimaki probably does. Clark will give us some love. Johnny Kiefer. Like Wyndham Clark. I mean, do we potentially have 6 Sony starts right now? So that's nice to see if we go Wyndham Clark over here. Same situation would go with Russell Henley and same situation with Michael Thorbjornsen. Kind of like that. Okay. Let's go with Thor. And then we just take Rye, Russell, Sammy, whoever we want after that. Okay. Let's take care of this other one in the meantime, which is the mystery number 5. And we've gone Cam Young, Robert McIntyre, Nick Taylor, Rico Hoey, Nico Echeverria. So 3 SIGs, 2 normies to start. I wouldn't mind potentially adding a Thor in here, a Clark in here, Knapp, Sammy, Kiefer, Matt McCarty. I mean, that can do some serious damage if we grab a couple of those names in the mid-round and then add 3 more guys on the way out for these guys. But we need to make sure we stick to our big scramble board. This is going to be big scramble number 5. That's got Cam Young, Robert McIntyre, I forget the other names, Nick Taylor, wow, and then Nico. Glaring Farmers problem, Cognizant problem as well. And that's assuming Cameron Young plays the Cognizant. Maybe not. Maybe. Who knows? Probably doesn't. Obviously, players is fine. APIs looking okay. Struggling on Masters tickets. Rico and Nico not making the Masters right now. Neither of them making the RBC Heritage either. So got to get some major starts, got to get some Farmers starts. Guys that can give us that. Ryan Gerard. Aaron Rye. Chris Gotterup. Is he going to play the Farmers? Is he going to play? He's going to play the Masters for sure. Sammy Valimaki. Oh, Sammy Valimaki. You see, like that's the thing. Like Sammy fills those two holes quite nicely. Gives us all of these starts over here as well, and a players. You know, that's the thing. It's hard to pass up. And Farmers for sure. I think Sammy likes the Farmers. I mean, do we just go Sammy off the top rope? Fixes some holes for us. I mean, this is a big scramble. The rankings are based off of the ADPs, based off of the normal scramble. So guys that matter more might have fallen further down. We can also get Sammy like way later, potentially in round 7 and 6. Who would we want in this round? Like Aaron Rye and Michael Thorbjornsson. Is Max Griesemann someone that we want? I mean, we don't even get a Max Griesemann option until here. So if we go Nico over here, and then we can go Max Griesemann is 19th. Yeah. That looks better. Does Grease Trap go to live? Who the hell knows? I haven't taken him, I don't think, in any of the other big scrambles yet, so we can kind of avoid him. You know, 1 of 5 is fine exposure for me to him there. 20%, so what? He's a skeleton key guy as well. Non-signature event guy floating on top 30 in the world. A perfect live candidate. Max Griesemann, welcome to the club. So all 3 of these guys from non-signatures will be playing in the signature event. So we got 6 signature starters. 6. So nice. You know what I'm saying? Some Farmers problems. We'll see what happens. All right. So that was that one. Let's go. While we're in big scramble mode, I need to kind of knock out a couple more. Just otherwise my brain can't recalibrate quick enough, apparently, on stream. So we need a Corey Connors one here. He has a Ben Griffin, Seb Straka, Corey Connors, Brian Harmon. Did I go Rico? Probably. There we go. So we got Rico in there. ADP-wise, there's a Patrick Cantley available to us in the 6th round in a big scramble. Oh, yuck. There's a Michael Thorbjornsson. There's a Wyndham Clark. There's a Russell Henley, Alex Noren, Aaron Rye. What happens if we put Patrick Cantley in here? Like, Patrick Cantley is falling quite hard. Where is his... 0% exposure. So if we go... Do we see Patrick Cantley anywhere? Yeah. Hardly. Patrick Cantley getting downgraded to 4th. Giving us a Valero start. That's it. Outside of everybody else's. We're looking for like guys like Minwoo Lee, who last year went Players, Houston, won the Houston, Valero, Masters, RBC Heritage. Boom. Like just gives us like 5 random ones right off the bat there. Minwoo is obviously going to be last minute type stuff. You know, if we back end this bad boy, we can go Keegan at the end here as well. Jason Day gives you some really nice options as well. I think we can go Keegan over here, Jason Day over here. Now we've got 7 signature starters. Now we've got to figure out how to build in non-signature guys to round out this roster, to fix the 2s and the 3s. So would Aaron Rai help us there? Michael Thorbjornsson would help us there for sure. Sammy Valimaki, John Kiefer, Matt McCarty, Billy Horschel potentially, Gary Higo, Liv Rumors, Max Homer could go to signature events. Marco Penge, very, very good golfer. Kevin Yu, good golfer. Keith Mitchell, good golfer. Benny Ahn, our guy. Christopher Wrighton, very good golfer. That could get into all the majors. So those are some names we can target. Patrick Cantley will not be touched. So since this is the big scramble, I'm going to go Sammy Valimaki again, yeah. Just give myself as many opportunities to get through that second round as I can. We are looking pretty strong based off of this squad. Continuing to look for cognizant guys that'll most likely be Corn Ferry Tour superstars and things like that. So there we go. I mean, Alex Noren would be also such a nice name to put in there. I just don't trust Noren's schedule. You know, like it could be anything. Same with Rye. Sheesh. You know, like that could be Sammy Valimaki. Then we go some, I mean, go Chandler Blanchet. We've got a serious Byron Nelson problem, though. Keegan doesn't give us a Byron Nelson. He gives us he does give us a Farmers, though. I think I'm just going to go Sammy. I kind of trust Sammy's schedule more than I do Noren's for some reason. And I'm also way too involved in Sammy Valimaki right now. Big scramble number 1. Ben Griffin, Tommy Fleetwood, Jordan Spieth, Brian Harmon. Look at this start at the top there. I mean, these two, our 4 first picks are playing in at least 2 tournaments across the first 2 rounds of this contest. That's like, mwah. It's exactly what you want. So that's good to see. The big scramble available to us in round 8. Sammy Valimaki. Do we go to Sammy again? Billy Horschel can give us a lot of utility. Big scramble. We've got Aaron. Oh, God. We've got a Colin Morikawa auto draft in a big scramble. Jesus. But we took Russell Henley like a million rounds later in round 7 again. So let's add this collateral to this. Oh, God. Aaron Rai, Colin Morikawa, Russell Henley. This one's looking bleak. This is looking bleak, people. Sammy Valimaki going to save the day on this guy? Hopefully. We need signature event starters. Okay, maybe we can come right. Maybe we can come right. Save the day, Sammy. I see Car Park. Are you in this draft? Yeah, yes, Car Park. Have fun picking some names here, my buddy. If you want to leave me Billy Horschel, feel free. Who have you gone with? Scheffler, Hall, Pendrith, Poston, Bridgman, Clark, Kiefer. You've gone like 4 straight. I guess Bridgman is a signature event guy. Damn you. Damn you. Could have taken Michael Brennan there. Should have. Oh, well. Maybe Colin Morikawa makes the difference. Some other names, some bigger scrambles. We got a big scramble, big scramble, big scramble, big scramble at the bottom. Big scramble at the bottom. Big scramble 4. And then that will be it for the big scrambles. Nara and Valimaki got her up. It's really telling us to go got her up. Do we just try and force a got her up in here if it's even available to us? I don't. Oh, there's a got her up. Let's just force that sucker in there. It doesn't give us no cognizant starts at all. We've got 5 of those to fix up. And we've got 5 to draft 4 Byron Nelson stars. So that may be it for signature event guys for the most part. We need some Canadians, but we'll go Goddard up here. Get a little bit of exposure to him. But I mean, is this guy even like that good? I mean, he was playing really well leading up to the win at the Genesis Scottish. And then, I mean, he is solid. He's solid, and it's the driver. Jesus, he's driving the ball well. Euro World Challenge, finished basically last there. Didn't play well at Bay Current. Like, why is he going out there for? Just to play golf? So if he's going out there, I mean, after the Tour Championship, he didn't play much fall golf, which makes sense. So the Zozo, Bay Current, whatever. You know, let's take a gamble on this guy. I haven't been exposing myself to too much of him. Let's trust the model. We're getting him in the 7th round. And it's a big scramble 4. Corey Connors works really nicely for us there. We can figure out the rest of this team if we need to. But it would sure be nice to turn all of those 3s and 2s into 2s and 3s and 4s. 4s and 3s and 4s. In fact, let's do that. I just don't feel comfortable clicking that guy and then not getting a cognizant start. I want to get some. We got to hog the cog. It's a key component of this entire situation. Matt McCarty flirting with OWGR 50 status. So, I mean, not in the PGA, not in the US Open, could very well be doing some stuff, you know. So I think we've got to try and get him home as well. Who's going to give us our cognizant start? Do I want to trust Ben on with a situation like this? Do we go with one Shane Lowry because we're going to get a Farmers and a Canadian Open? Does Shane Lowry play the Canadian Open often? I don't think he does, actually. Oh, he does. Yeah. So we get Canadian Open from him. Him and Rory go out there and have a good old time. So we get Canadian Open from Shane. We could get, I mean, the Cognizant, he's played this thing a million times in his life. It's just, and he's played it so well. I mean, why would he not go back there? He loves that golf course. So gives us a nice... He might be the one guy we add. Where is Shane? What is he rated in this? Yeah, high. Harris English, Shane Lowry. We got to get in this draft somehow. So Shane Lowry makes a nice impact there. Still need some love for the Houston. Sorry, the Byron Nelson. We can figure that out. But at least the first 2 rounds for the most part, as well as the Houston, we can, Minwoo Lee. Minwoo Lee gets Houston and Byron Nelson probably taken care of for us. Potentially a Cognizant as well. Laid on. So I see a couple guys in here. This is the problem with these. I might not do any more drafting of the big scrambles, since there are guys in the Discord that are literally in the draft. Shocker, Sammy and Nap going. Let's just grab Shane while it's ready. Get that farmers start, Cognizant start, RBC Canadian. I love it. All right, let's rep out. Let's try rapid fire a couple of these things. Get going here. Here's a Scotty Scheffler lineup with Tommy, Bobby, Michael Brennan, Brian Harmon, Billy Horschel, Michael Thorbjornsson. Available to us. We probably need to find another couple non-signature guys, since Brian Harmon is our 4th. We're trying to just kind of balance it along the way. Here's a Harris English. This does not have a name, so we're going to go to the copy of one. Scotty, Bobby, doesn't exist. Ooh. Tommy, Michael, Brian, Billy. Cool. Let's get this one out of the way. And then we got a Michael Thorbjornsson as well in here. Oof, we loaded up with the big boys. Need some farmers. As again, calling all farmers. What's it telling us to go to? Sami Välimäki, of course, but not grading that well based off our exposure. Victor Hovland not going to give us a farmers. Wyndham Clark will give us a farmers. Alex Noren, no farmers. Kiefer will give us a farmers. Too much Kiefer in our life. Davis Thompson will give us a farmers. Doesn't grade out well off the bat. Matt Fitzpatrick, no farmers. Matt McCarty, not grading out great for us. Also, too much exposure. Kurt Kitayama, not going to give us a farmers potentially. Eric Cole could give us a farmers. He's 110th in the world rankings. He's shit at golf. Garrett Higo could give us a farmers. Likely will give us a farmers. Knapp will give us a farmer. Homer. So some Homer, some Knapp. Garrick. Has Knapp been taken? Knapp's been taken. Let's take a Max Homer here. Doesn't grade out great for the rest of the way. He takes care of all the threes, which means we've got 4 more to kind of just get everything to 8s at least potentially. Do we want to try Penge? Is he even going to show up? We know Homer will show up at the Farmers, and we need to fix that hole right now. Okay, and Harris will also show up to the Farmers. So why not just go Harris here? He's going early. It's like, why is Harris not going to the Farmers? There we go. Okay. 72. Ben Griffin, Harry Hall, Maverick McNeely, Rory McIlroy, pick 22. Michael Brennan. So this is absolutely going to be now. We're going hardcore heavy hitters early in the year with these three guys. Rory coming in late. Now we need non-signature firepower. Nico in the 6th round. Let's go. And Griesemann. Griesemann falling all the way down to, maybe he keeps falling. If he has fallen, people won't click him again, right? They don't want him. So maybe he comes back to us late. We'll take it. 87, Andrew Novak in the 30s, being drafted 33, getting 4 spots of value. We have got Ben Griffin, Seb Straka, Harry Hall, Maverick McNeely. 4 signature guys. Wyndham Clark, Sammy Valimaki, 2 non-signature guys. Need some more non-signature starts. It is the 7th round. We can go with like a Johnny Kiefer. I've been clicking way too much of him. Matt McCarty, too much of him lately. Let's go to 87, see what it's suggesting. Wow. We've got Mav, Wyndham, Sammy. Looking solid start-wise. Then we're going to go Chris Gotterup. What on earth? I mean, he's just got so many starts that's projected right now. Is he going to play that much golf? Maybe he does. Maybe he doesn't. Gotterup. Don't get a cognizant. I think we've got to start hogging the cogging. Clark gives us that. Ryan Fox could give us a cog start. I don't trust Eric Cole's golf at all. Let's go adjusted rankings, yeah. Chris Gotterup popping up doesn't even give us a cog. Don't want that. Brian Harmon in the 7th. I mean, he's long gone, right? You would know that by now. Yeah. I was getting Brian Harmon like in the 8th and 9th rounds at one point. Okay. Cognizant starts that we haven't clicked too many names of. I'm just going to go top rope, Billy Horschel. I know he's playing the Cognizant. 90. 7th round of the 90th draft. Ben Griffin, JJ Spahn, Jordan Spieth, Hideki Matsuyama, Rico Wyndham. 3 signatures, 3 non-signatures. Available to us in round 7. Aaron Rai, Russell Henley, Jake Knapp, Alex Noren, Sammy Valimaki. Let's take another Jake Knapp. Haven't been taking too much nap lately, so just force feed a nap there. 69. We got a Max Homa in the mix. Bobby Mack, Harry Hall, Nick Taylor, and now we've gone 4 straight non-signature guys. Do we want to go with... I mean, a Victor Hovland seems like someone that can give us a bit more upside in non-signatures over here. He can typically fall. Is he going to fall all the way that much? I don't know. Gives us a chance. We can grab a Harris English as well, if that makes sense. We can grab Keegan Bradley, if that makes sense. Lowry, Glover. Names are available to top up. Victor definitely gives us some high-hitting upside. So does Sammy Valimaki, though. I mean, look at that start. I think we can absolutely go. We can go Victor, yeah. Then we're looking glorious. Those 4s are all signature events. So Sammy Valimaki could be playing signatures by the end of the week, end of the year. Thor could be playing signatures by the end of the year. Michael Brennan could be playing signatures. Rico could be playing signatures. Max Homa could be. You know what I'm saying? And losing, so long as you got enough non-signature starts, losing a couple of them isn't a big deal down the stretch. It's a deal, but 5 of the 7 or 4 of the 6 in round 3 are majors and signatures, and then 3 of the 6 in the final one are majors and signatures. So getting into those are important later on as well, while still maintaining those starts in the other things. But if you're playing the Travelers, you're probably not playing the John Deere Classic, unless your name is Ricky Fowler. He's not playing the John Deere Classic this year. Got to take that out of the schedule. But he's not grading high enough anyway. I haven't been taking him. Whatever. Yeah, he's not even in any of the majors, Ricky Fowler. So, I mean, he might have to be playing a lot of golf to try and get himself in if he doesn't play early. You never know. So maybe he does play the John Deere Classic to try and get into the Open. Is the John Deere Classic even a place you can go to play the Open? I don't know. Anyway, 69, Max Homa is available. Sami Välimäki is available. Maybe Victor Hovland falls to us. Maybe he doesn't. So Sami Välimäki gives us some good volume at the top. I'm going Sami. I'm just going to click his name. 89. 89. We've got a fallen Chris Kirk. Nothing really ADP-wise that we can be thrilled about, apart from a Russell Henley now, who's now ADP is in the 7th round, so it continues to chase us down. Ben Griffin, Robert McIntyre, Tommy Fleetwood, Hideki. So that's 4 guys in signature events. We are now looking for majority starters in the non-signatures. That looks like a Jake Knapp to me. That looks like a Sami Välimäki to me. John Kiefer, Matt McCarty. Billy Horschel. Let's go to 89, see what's cooking here. No Cognizance. So I think we got to rattle off Cognizance as much as we can. And that would be a Jake Knapp. Okay. 82. Siwoo, Bobby Mack, Maverick McNeely, Nick Taylor. So four signatures, Michael Thorbjornsson, Wyndham Clark on the back end, yeah. There's a Russell Henley available in the 7th. There's a Ryan Gerard all the way down in the 7th as well. Aaron Rai, Russell Henley, Alex Noren, Sami Välimäki. I think we've got to go. I'm going to go Billy Horschel right off the top rope here as well. We need some Cognizant starters. We need some non-signature guys in that one. Let's go find our guys. Scotty, Tommy, Rico, Russell, Aaron Rai. Interesting. Why did I go so hard at the painful Russell Henley over here? This draft, this must just be like a auto-drafted type situation. I need like a Wyndham Clark. Makes a lot of sense over here. Knapp, Välimäki, Kiefer, McCarty, Horschel, Higo, Penge. Number 99, Scotty Tommy. Try to go Ludwig and then win with Russell instead. What on earth happened here? And then we went Aaron. Okay, we need just peppering the cogs. Pepper the cog. How much Wyndham Clark do I have? 17% right now. It's quite a lot. Is Denny McCarthy going to play the Cognizant? Is he going to play all of these in a row? He might have to. He's not in the Masters. How often has Denny McCarthy played the Cognizant? Let's get the Sony out of there. Once he's played it like every year basically, and played really poorly around there actually. But I don't have much Denny at all, so I might as well click it. Do we just go Denny over here? Okay. Feels gross, feels weird. Whatever. Off we go. Ben Griffin, Robert McIntyre, Harry, Brian Hall. We got a falling Andrew Novak, so that's our fourth signature guy. If we're looking for that's our fifth signature guy. So we got Brennan, Clark, McCarty, Horschel. Easy. Keegan Bradley going way early by Yappo in the Discord. Shout out Yappo. What's up, my brother? I beat you too, Keegan Bradley. Yes, you did. And Ryan Fox. This draft is taking a while. This is 35 slow drafts that we just keep trying to get through right now. I got to make quicker clicks. But the thing is, if I keep sharing my screen with you guys, I'm going to be done sharing my screen. I need to just have full-on autonomy over here. Now we're just going to have this screen available to us. All right. 93. We've added a Brian Harmon, Michael Thorbjornsson. We need some farmers and we need some cognizants. Who will be playing the farmers in this situation? I'm going to go with Chris Gotterup. Take a gamble on him, yeah. Okay. Hopefully he plays the farmers. Draft number 73 doesn't exist in my situation. I've just kind of gone off the top rope with the names. It is McIntyre, Hall, Ludwig, Mav, Brennan, Clark. Okay. So kind of balanced, really nice and balanced with the Brennan Clark combination. And those first four guys give us pretty much 3 starts across the board. I kind of don't mind. This seems like an Aaron Rye lineup. An Aaron Rye, Alex Noren situation. Either of those. Because Aaron Rye over here, whatever he's doing, maybe he plays the Cognizant, maybe he doesn't. That would be fine. Get his ass into those situations. Or do we just double down on the volume bros? Go Sammy. Maybe Sammy plays Cognizant. Maybe he doesn't. We know Jake Knapp plays the Cog. Here's Jake Knapp. Okay. Cool. Jake Knapp. Then maybe we go Alex Noren or Aaron Rye down the stretch here. Okay. All right. He has 84. He has a Victor Hovland in the 9th round, and we just got a Russell Henley in the 8th. Ben, Harry Hall, Jordan Spieth. Russell Henley is our 4th guy. Do we need a Victor Hovland? Yeah, I'll pull up 84 for us. I think that's important to see what's going on. Yeah, this is late in this draft. I think we've taken care of our non-signature guys really early, yeah. So let's go Victor Hovland. I'll take some Victor Hovland late. $88. We went Kurt Kitayama. I feel like we just did this. Are these slow drafts now every 4 hours? Is that what's happening? We need farmers and we need cognizance, and that's what we've got farmers and we've got cognizance. Adjusted rankings right now available to us. Is a nap available? Probably not. Kiefer is available. Easy peasy. Bang. Okay. Johnny Kiefer fixes that for us. Nice. Okay. Kitty Kiefer, 85. Cameron Young, Tommy Fleetwood, Sam Stevens, Nick Taylor. 4 straights, signature starts. Aaron Rye, maybe a 4th and a half. Max Grieseman, Sammy Valimaki, Matt McCarty. I mean, this is like we're stacking the deck here. Go Billy Horschel. We don't have 85 as part of our squad. Got to duplicate this. Now we got to make all of these ads. All right. Maybe I'll just use this screen. I don't know. We are limping out of this stream here, friends. Oh, there is an 85 already somewhere. Where are you? Where's 85? Oh. Maybe we put 85 where he belongs, huh? Okay. Also, we've got some football to watch. 85. We filtered on cognizance hard, early. Yep. Yep. That makes a lot of sense. We are struggling at the cognizant side of things, yeah, in a big way. So, cognizant late round picks. Come on home. Do we take a gamble on Minwoo Lee? Hail Mary swing over there for us. Now, remember, this is all based off fractional stuff. So if we can at least get to 6, that would work. Anyone playing cognizant that's fallen? Billy Horschel, savior, absolutely. Gary Kigo, I think will be playing cognizant. Bud Colley, will he be playing cognizant? Probably. So we've got Billy, huge help. Go Bud, Billy Bud. Bud doesn't give us anything. Oh, he does. Okay, Bud. Garrick. Garrick doesn't. He gives us a fractional. It's not going to help us get out of that. Shane Lowry. Do we go Shane Lowry? Gives us a fractional. We need like 2 Corn Ferry Tour guys that are definitely going to be playing there. Like Vince Whaley, my guy. And let's go with Bez. Or Pearson. Is Pearson Cootie going to be playing the cog? Yep. And Vince Whaley? Yep. Okay. So we missing on a couple signature event guys down the stretch. We have got an Aaron Rye guy who can potentially stay signature event the whole time round. Sammy, Billy. We don't really have too many guys that can kind of get their way in there. I've got to find another name that's a cognizant and a signature event that's late. Is that even a thing? Does that even work? Who's playing the Travelers and the Cognizant? Brian Campbell. Daniel Berger. Yeah. Tough decisions to make. But I think we've got to go this way. Let's go with Billy. I mean, that's the obvious choice. And then we're going to go with, should we go with Pat's guy, Keith Mitchell? Billy, we know Keith Mitchell's going to play that. Gives us a solid 6. And then we're missing a memorial start somehow. And a Travelers. Because of Keith. You see, I don't trust Keith Mitchell can get into like signature events. There's Daniel Berger. So we're going to have to go. And there's Bud Colley. If we just take out, that just makes me feel a bit better. We've got to hope and pray that we get some Cognizant love. But we are heavy hitting early on. Okay. So we went Billy. Shane causes problems for us because we don't have him playing right now. Let's just go Keith Mitchell. Screw it. Just get it going. 74. Pretty solid to go with here. I like what we're seeing. I think this has got like a Christopher Wright. And anytime any of the red stuff starts like late in the boxes over here, that's good to see. We need some signature events. We've only got 4 guys that are starting in them right now. So we can go. They're giving us Russell Henley in the 8th round again. As we are begging for signature events and Cognizant starts. I mean, if Russell Henley plays the Cognizant and wins the Cognizant, I'm winning $50,000. I hate to break it to you guys. I hate to break it to you guys. All right. So here is a Ben Griffin, Xander, Harry, Rico, Michael Brennan, Jake Knapp. We'll take Russell Henley if he falls to us all the way down at the bottom. I'm going to go with I'm going Billy Horschel with this squad. We don't even have a 76 either, so we're going to have to make a 76. And it was Ben X Harry. X Harry, Rico, Michael, Knapp, Billy. Boom. That's a solid core of guys. So while we're here, I was also taking a peek, and I wonder, what does the scramble look like? I mean, this thing is barely full right now. We've got until the contest is like a third full, and I've got 30 entries left, and it closes on the 15th. So we've got like 12 days left to fill up 6/7 of this contest. So there's going to be drafts going crazy. The slow drafts are now 4 hours per picked. I'm going to be going, I think I'm going to do those final 30 drafts like next weekend, when everyone's just rushing in last minute. There's going to be random people clicking random names that don't know what they're doing. Try and scoop up that value. I want to have the majority of my drafts are early in the ADP slate. And then I want to have at least 30 right at the end. I want to have a broad spectrum of the way we've clicked names so far. if you comprehend what I'm saying. So we've gone Billy Horschel there. 67. Come on, we can end the stream with all the drafts. I mean, this is how we have to do it. We have to get all the drafts done on the stream. 67. Spieth, Hideki, Rico. So we're going to need to go. It's kind of interesting. Let's see who's in the 6th. Yeah. Michael Thorbjornsson seems like a fun name to pair with these guys. I'm starting to click a lot of Michael Thorbjornsson. But I mean, look at that start. We are looking at Cognizant struggles, as everyone is. If we can now focus on the rest of the Cognizant taking care of that, that would be delightful. 94. Xander, Cam Young, Sam Stevens, Colin Morikawa, Jacob Bridgman, Aaron Rai. So basically what I'm going to assume here is I need non-signature event guys all the way to end out this team. Not good. In my opinion, that's like a wasted draft almost, but we can salvage it maybe. It's Xander, Cameron. Sam, Colin, Aaron Rai, Jacob Bridgman. And Sam Stevens. Oh my God, that is just so gross. We've got zero starters at the Houston. We got 0 starters at the CJ Cup, Byron Nelson through 6. This has just been this one I think went rogue on me. This one went rogue on me. As you can tell, we got 14% Colin Morikawa, which is like half auto drafts. It's basically all auto drafted, auto picked. I need to just get him out of my rankings, to be honest with you. All right, so this one, we need a heavy hitter that we trust that's going to do a lot of hard work for us in the early signature events, and that is going to be Billy Horschel. Okay. So as long as we're keeping ones off the board for the next click, then we are good to go. And that could be like a Garrick Higo, like I think Garrick should solve a lot of those problems for us there. So that's kind of this is the route we're going to have to go. $83. We're getting there, people. Oh, this one looks fun. We've got a nice solid squad going on here. Available to us is a Denny McCarthy that's fallen 10 spots. Matt Fitzpatrick fallen a couple spots, who I might gobble up. I do not have enough of him. What happens if we go Fitz here? Okay, then we just got to, you see, like, this late in drafts, leaving 3s on the board is tough. I kind of want at least 7s everywhere. So I'm going to make sure that we are looking at that. We might just have to go to our staple guys. Okay, we've got adjustments on for exposure. So these are going to force us to click some other names. Here's an Alex Smalley. We checks a lot of those boxes, so we can go Smalley. We can go Kevin Yu. We can go Keith Mitchell. Kevin Yu. Sorry for coughing into the mic. Kevin Yu. Now we need to find looks like we're struggling to fill signature events as well here. Now, this is a Patrick Cantley lineup. No wonder. So let's go ahead and change Aaron Rye. Now, Aaron Rye could be missing. Okay, we figured out most of our problems. Now we just need some signature, but we can figure that out at the end. There's enough signature event guys to just force feed in there. All right. That's if we go with Matt Fitzpatrick early. Let's just do that. Yeah. Let's take these three, click them down here, and go with Fitz. Okay. That makes me feel a lot better about this situation. Scotty, Tommy, Bob, Billy, Brian, Brennan, Michael, and Harris. So we need some non-signature guys. Like this is where I'm more comfortable taking like Max McGreevy. Ended the fall swing quite nicely. Played some nice stuff at the Cognizant. And he's gonna play the first couple starts where he missed a lot of golf last year. Looks like the Iron Plague found its groove a bit. Driver definitely starting to find some serious accuracy there. Iron Play, an issue for him, as you can see, but not too bad. Had some good finishes, some good starts. Putter can't show up ever. Found a bit of the putter late. I'll take a gamble on this guy in the scramble that's unnamed. We're just kind of rolling this one out there. Here's a big scramble. I thought we were done with these. We'll have to come back to you. 99. You win with Denny over here. Fun. We'll just go Wyndham Clark. Click that one off the board. I'm scared I click a wrong name over here. So we're going to get this guy pulled up. It's big scramble number 1. Is Billy available to us? Okay. 93. Get rid of the big scramble again. Well, we're going to need that later again. So 93. Looking pretty well balanced from a overall perspective. Actually, not really. We got a lot of signature event guys early. So this is going to be click your favorite non-signature event name you find. Or do we go, we've got 7 of them already. 6 of them already through the first 7. So I'm going to take a Jake Knapp since I don't have much of him. Pat's a fan. Off we go. Max McGreevy falling to the 9th and 8th rounds. That's kind of where we don't mind taking a Max McGreevy, especially on a heavy signature event team that is number 77 with a Colin Morikawa in it. Gross. This one just kind of fell under the radar. All right, what is this team? Ben, Bob, Tom, Hideki. Look at what we were getting. We were getting Michael Kim so much later. Hideki, Brendan, Colin, Sammy. Cognizant. The rest will figure itself out. So we need Cognizant and Byron Nelson's bad. Manwuli late helps a lot. Okay. Available to us right now is a Max McGreevy, probably going to give us all of those starts. I'll click your name for now, and a Billy Horschel. Let's go with those. Dark Sheep is in the stream, so he's hopefully respecting the love. Take anyone in between you. You know what? I can take whoever I want you to, so we're good. 77. We need. Let's start like firing off some Alex Smallies over here. Let's just go Max McGreevy in the meantime as well. Okay. Coming together at the very end, yeah. But it shows you, like, if you don't know what you're getting up to, you can like land up with just random holes that you just don't know how to fix, or you don't know that you have to fix. Is this our final draft? Holy cow, that took this is 2 hours stream. God damn. I didn't even finish my coffee on it either. Peppermint mocha this late in the day. What's going on here? 65. Bob, Harry, Tom, Brian, Jacob. Non-signature needs immediately. First name, Wyndham Clark. Okay. Cool. We did it. Somehow. Let's have ourselves an awesome Saturday. Looks like I'm going to be drafting my life away, yeah? But that's okay. It's Saturday. That's what you're supposed to be doing. Check out the DAWG Dominator. Use code DAWG for $10 off if you are not part of the squad yet. Annual subscribers to all my weekly tools, tournament write-ups, etc., that, you know, the OG golf stuff that I do, that I've been doing ever since in this space. Annual subscribers get 20% off the top and the free DAWG Dominator. So if you're in the mood for that kind of stuff, check it out. Model Maniac Patreon, link in the description below. If you are new to best ball, go check out the link in the description as well. Best Ball Basics, it's the very first video of this like streaming series. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. I appreciate every single one of you guys that show up and support the show. Let's have a great Saturday. Happy New Year to you all.